A 17-year-old shot to death moments after saying goodbye to his dying mother. Now a 16-year-old is under arrest for gunning him down.
Billy Moore was shot last night as he was leaving a North Portland hospital. We have team coverage starting with K2's Susan Harding, who talked to friends who were there as the teenager took his last breath. Susan?
Well, his best friend knew that Billy Moore had been at the hospital watching his mother as she was losing her fight against cancer. And so he looked outside and he couldn't believe what he saw. Billy Moore was running down the street with a gunshot wound to his back.
He said, "I'm dying, man. I'm dying, man." I said, "Don't say that, bro. I just kept praying. Please, please."
17-year-old Billy Moore struggled to live following his final goodbye to his mother, Valerie, who was taken off life support after losing her 10-month fight against leukemia. The sad farewell followed happier times. Just 2 weeks ago, he graduated from Rosemary Alternative High School, where he was a leader on student council. And just last month, his classmates crowned him prom king at his school's first prom in its history. Last night, his friend Gabriel Hardy had expected to be counseling his friend over his mother's death, not watching him die.
Here he comes out the backyard, running, like waving his head. He ain't talking, he's just waving his head. No, no, no. You know what I mean? I grabbed him, like, it's gonna be okay. I started praying with him, you know what I mean, just holding him. He hit the car in the back. He was kind of sliding down the car. You know what I mean? He was fighting for his life. You could feel him just fighting.
Moments later, Moore died in Hardy's arms. Staff members of the Salvation Army are also mourning his death. He should have been here working today, serving food to children from low-income families. And everyone we talked to today, the friends, families, staff members at the school, the Salvation Army, all say that Billy Moore was not involved in gangs in any way. And in fact, he was actively helping other kids pursue positive choices in their lives. In North Portland, Susan Harding, K2 News.
Such an incredibly tragic story. Susan, thank you for that.
And again, Billy Moore was shot after getting into an argument with some other boys on a bus. The 16-year-old suspected shooter is in custody.
K2's Bob Heye continues our team coverage in Northeast Portland now. And Bob, police will be hitting the streets in force, focusing on gang enforcement starting tonight?
Yeah, Steve, they're going to be out in force over the coming days. In fact, doing high-profile enforcement in known gang areas, hoping to cut down on gang violence. Last night's murder is the fourth gang-related shooting in Portland in just a week's time, the second fatal shooting. The city wants citizens to help bolster the gang crackdown. In this latest case, Portland's police chief says citizens played a critical role in tracking down suspects.
Without their help, we may not have been able to make arrests as quickly as we did. We had citizens who came forward and showed us where key pieces of evidence were located, as well as helped identify the people responsible.
Portland's mayor and police commissioner Sam Adams says Portlanders can do 4 things: call in tips to police, call 911 anytime they see a gun, volunteer for organizations that help teens avoid gangs, and get involved in their local neighborhood watch program. Now, police did not say how long their added gang enforcement will last, but it will draw officers from all of Portland's police precincts plus police gang enforcement teams. Live in Northeast Portland, Bob Heye, K2 News.
Oh, they seem like they're all over this one anyway, Bob, and we'll follow it certainly. And stay with K2 News for continuing coverage of this deadly shooting investigation. In between the newscasts, you can always follow the latest developments online at KATU.com.